Hey everyone! Welcome back to your favorite pirate crew! And today we're going to see about the next Straw Hat in line to join the crew. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew! With the soon coming end of the Wano arc, which has been running for over 4 years now from the manga, we will be entering a new era not only among the pirates, but also within the One Piece universe itself. The likely fall of the two Yonkuos, plus the gigantic discovery regarding the true identity of Luffy's fruit. The Straw Hats will become perhaps the most wanted group in the entire world. Not only for having defeated two such powerful people, but also for being led by the bearer of a very rare Akuma no Mi that was practically predestined to return and cause a giant mess. Beyond that, eventually One Piece will come to an end. At least in 2020, during an interview, Oda predicted that in 5 years or so, the work would be coming to its end. Of course, this period may change, either decreasing or increasing. But what is clear to all of us is that there are very few arcs left to be drawn for us. Very soon, One Piece will finally be entering its likely last 2 or 3 arcs. The arrival of the New War arc is expected to be imminent, while an exorbitant amount of plot twists and explanations so eagerly awaited by us are being presented and developed. In addition, it's also expected that perhaps a new Mugiwara will join the group. But who could it possibly be? Let's discuss all this in today's video. One of the most interesting things to think about on One Piece is regarding which characters will remain as Luffy's allies after Kaido's fall. In truth, the fall of this Yonkuo was already being predicted for quite some time. As for so many chapters of our Mugiwara has been stating that he would defeat him, no matter. All the while, One Piece making us follow the development and growing determination of the characters who are involved with this current situation. Not just Luffy, but central characters like Momo, Hiyori, and Yamato, who are pillars to the conclusion and the release to Wano. We have an exorbitant amount of scenes that focus on dialogue and very strong discussions about their ideologies, which often do not require such a strong focus on physical combat, but rather on the quest to save all the people of Wano, who are at the festival while they are fighting to prevent their deaths. To stop Wano from continuing to be that country full of hunger, pain, loss, and suffering with all the families and children that we have followed so well over time. While they were focused on taking on Kaido and Big Mom alongside with other pirates and people supporting them in the cause, not so long ago, chronologically speaking, and not by chapters, Shanks met with the 5 elders to talk about a certain pirate. And soon after, we had the mandate of the search for Luffy, no matter what the cost. Theory of the redhead pirate being a traitor, or maybe even one of the villains in the book, is quite famous. And now, with the big plot twist of Gomu Gomu no Mi actually being Nika Nika no Mi, it only gets stronger. And now, with all that in mind, we can imagine, first of all, how it would look in relation to the ending of this arc. First of all, we will have the death, finally, of Orochi, hopefully at the hands of someone like Hiyori to take revenge for all he has done to the people of his own family over the years. Also, Kaido's fall at the hands of Luffy while awakened as Nika, but we can assume that there will still be some harsh consequences for our protagonist after that. Before awakening, apparently, Luffy had died, or was about to die, as his voice had completely disappeared, and allies could hear his silence that indicated his departure. However, with the arrival of the Nika transformation, he returns from death to face Kaido. It could be possible that Luffy reaching his peak, transforming and turning things into gigantic and small things, doing absurd things. When the fight is over, the side effect is death? Hardly Oda recycles what happened to Zoro previously, so we can only imagine the future possibilities. But after this situation is resolved, regardless of whether Luffy is alive with the power of the script, almost going grounded or actually having gone grounded for a small period of time, perhaps by the end of the arc, we will have the finalization of the fight and the conclusion of everything. Momo finally taking her rightful place, just like her father alongside her sister Hiyori, and we can look forward to the grand evolution of both characters. Beyond this, a happy ending for Wano is nothing less than expected, although the possibility of such an ending is a bit doubtful after what happened with the 5 elders. Shanks and the probable world collapse that should take place after the fall of perhaps not just 1, but 2 Yonkuos. What can be expected is the arrival of at least 2 more arcs. certainly as big as all the others we've already seen, and with Oda having already commented that the next war arc will be even bigger than the Marineford one. We can have high expectations as to how and when it will be. It is then that we come to the first question of the video. Will we have any more Mugiwara joining the crew after the end of Wano? Many wonder if Yamato could be part of the Straw Hats after his strong connection with Ace and having fought and allied with Luffy against Kaido, his own father. However, one thing we must remember is that according to Luffy at the beginning of the piece, he would like to have up to 10 members within the gang, and currently, we are with around 5 people, counting Luffy himself: Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Robin, Sanji, Frankie, Chopper, and Jinbei. In the wikis, they even put Vivi, the Princess of Alabasta, as the 11th member of the Straw Hats. Although here, we can take it as just consideration after that final scene we had with the character. In general, other characters who support the Mugiwaras become very strong allies, from other pirates to people from kingdoms and countries that were saved by Luffy and his friends. Maybe, at most, we will have just one more addition to the main group, but it is hard to imagine any other character besides Yamato and look at it as him becoming a pirate. Of course, this is a rather relative view, because the possibilities are endless. However, it is possible that Oda no longer adds anyone officially to the gang, but places them as considerable as part of the gang, although they fit more as part of an alliance of pirates. Characters such as Yamato herself, Carrot, some other language out there even mentions the old return of old characters that even today people are praying join the gang. Bon Clay says so. May indeed return to prominence eventually in the work and act alongside Luffy, but perhaps not necessarily as official Mugiwaras. And speaking of allies, how about we name a few that may join the Straw Hats in the face of the likely Great War? The first that comes to mind, besides those who have long supported Luffy and already have firm alliances, we can imagine that with the breakdown of the balance between the world government and the pirates, and the impending war, the revolutionaries will spring into action. Perhaps not necessarily by supporting Luffy, but with the excuse that they could take advantage of the situation created by the Straw Hats to act. That is, if they haven't already been waiting for this moment for some time. Given this, we can easily imagine that a horde of supporters and followers of Nika, Joy Boy, whatever you want to call him, and whatever nickname this nutcase had in the past, upon finding out about Luffy's awakening and his true Akuma no Mi, will unite to support Luffy against the world government. This considering, also, that the group eventually gets to Laugh Tale and finds out what Gold D. Roger found on the island that made him laugh, so that he and we finally understand what it all means and how it all comes together. Perhaps all in one grand arc, or perhaps in a smaller one and a much larger one. Another possibility is that characters who were previously villains in the work become part of the alliance of this large group, especially after Luffy and the others learn all about what happened 800 years ago, the meaning of the D's, and what Joy Boy's goal was from the very beginning. This way, maybe more people will unite and, just like characters that we loved, thought they were good people and super nice people, like certain red-headed gentlemen there, nothing sus, that may turn out to be traitors and future villains. Former villains may show themselves as collaborators in the fight against the world government, uniting objectives, ideologies, and determinations to change the world, save and free everyone from the 5 elders and their 10 Ryospitos, bringing a new light and new air to the era of pirates, which should probably change completely after this last war arc, maybe ceasing to exist. But this all depends on how the author will want to wrap up the development of all these things. We can only theorize and look forward to the new chapters. Of course, everything we have put here are just hypotheses, with some basis in Oda's comments, and those of the One Piece fandom. However, everything is valid at this moment. We are experiencing a golden year for One Piece, and great revelations. Every week, we have new revelations and absurd hype to see more and more of Nika's powers and the resolution of this epic arc. But what about you? Do you think we will have the 11th? Do you think we'll have an 11th, or rather 12th Mugiwara? Let us know in the comments who you think will join the group and your theories about the ending of One Piece. That's it, my Mugiwara. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all, as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew!